That'd be Severn here, and we're just basically still rolling with Don and Dan's Toxic Masculinity, and then to my co-host here, to the right now, we got Tony, is it pronounced
Martinez.
You know, right from a, are you a native here? Tucson?
Born and raised, Tucson,
Arizona. So basically, part of all of the project that we're doing here with this podcast, we're kind of making things up as we go, and we're learning as we go. So Tony is going to set in for right now because Don is indisposed at this moment. You know, I guess I'll throw him underneath that short yellow bus. He's in the crapper, okay?
Has to make caca.
Yes.
Oh no! Here comes the mascot.
Quinn, the mascot.
Oh, there we go. Welcome, Quinn. We missed you.
She knows how to make an interest.
Yep. Just like your papa. And she's gone.
But again, we're here. We're actually outside Don's home. We're on the back patio area, and we have a beautiful mountain terrain. It's kind of like going. I want people to kind of see where, you know, Don is kind of out in the outside the city limits area. You know,
he's got 2 acres out here in Catalina. It's beautiful.
And those are, you said those are the Catalina.
The Santa Catalina.
Santa Catalina mountains. So just kind of something to kind of see that instead of just seeing a couple of homely guys there talking rant and rave about this, that, and the whole 9 yards, at least kind of take a little bit of this the scenic beauty.
It's quite beautiful.
So questions, answers, or what there, Tony? What do we want to jump into here first off?
I would like to know, did you ever have any fights that you got into out before you even started fighting? Like you say, because I know Don grew up in Sierra Vista.
Yeah.
You know, you had a little different upbringing.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, again,
was anyone that came up to you and challenged you, like at school? Because I know I was in a handful of fights at school and myself. You know.
No,
I
only ever got one scuffle in 7th grade. Really, I only ever got one scuffle in 7th grade, and it's really kind of comical because up until my freshman year in high school, I always had a flat top.
Yeah.
So imagine Dan Severn, kind of a cheeky, chunky little Dan Severn there. I had my flat top.
Were you born with your mustache?
Well, no. On a comedic note, though, I've had a lot of people go, "How long have you had that mustache?" And I took one of my grandsons. I first asked my son. I go, "Can I use my grandson here as a model here, real quick?" I just wanted to put a little paste-on mustache, and it has him on his stomach, and he's looking up right at the camera just like that. And I go, "Does this answer your question? How long I've had my mustache?"
There you go.
Very comical, but I did do that. If people ever do get a chance to check out my Facebook page, just underneath Dan Severn, they should see that comical picture being posted there as well. A bunch of other stuff from the years and decades of being out there on a competition type basis.
So did you win that scuffle?
Back in that junior high, I'll say that I don't think there was a winner or loser. All I know is that it was an era where gangs were nothing that like people, when they think gangs, they think of like inner city type of gangs. No, this was like a gang out on a playground. I think it was like 8th graders bullied up on the 7th graders. At the younger ages like that, 1 year of mental and physical maturity is huge. And I just know that my brother, he was actually in 8th grade, and he was basically trying to, get me away from a group of people, and really as being my, the older brother protector, and as he's taking me off, a group of 8th graders basically encircled us, and all I know is that they kept encroaching in, and the big bully of the gang was kind of encroaching in and mouthing it off, and I just remember crouching down and grabbing just a handful of snow and just throwing it up on him, and basically, I almost want to say comedically that I lost all sense of reality. It just kind of like unleashed the inner animal in me at that point in time. All I know is that I think the principal had a hard time controlling his laughter because here he's got like 7 or 8 of these 8th graders that are all in the nurse's station, infirmary, from being beat up by this chunky little boy.
One person.
By this chunky little boy who went.
So the beast was born.
Who went berserk, at that point in time. But I mean, I just, I saw my brother being picked on, being hurt, and stuff like this, and just that that brotherly protectiveness or whatever, family protectiveness, just kind of just instinctively just kicked in, where I basically, yeah, I just kind of like say I turned into kind of like Superman at that point in time, to where I was just doing incredible things and, and just crying the whole time
Yeah.
that I'm doing
It
it.
was like, what was it? Was it Christmas Story? You remember that old
Oh,
movie
yeah, yeah,
where the
Ralphie,
brother,
Ralphie.
where he finally sticks up for it, and everyone has to go get the mom. Mom, Ralphie's beating him up.
Yeah. No. I definitely was a mama's boy. I mean,
Yeah.
at the point growing up there as well. So it's life on the farm was a very unique experience, because you guys know that just a few weeks back we had interviews with Ken Shamrock, and I've been some interviews there with across from Tank Abbott, and the last times that I've been with either one of them would have been in a much more adversarial type of a setting. It would have been a setting of competition. Even if it's professional wrestling, it was still competition, because in professional wrestling you could be made to look strong, you could be made to look weak. It just all, but then it also, what is that promoter looking for as the ultimate outcome, and do you want to go along with that program? And it's I've had some problems with some promoters. They ask me to do this or do that. I'm like, no, thanks, but no thanks. And then they come back again, and then it's kind of like, I know they want me out of there, and I'm like going, I'm sorry, I'm not going to drop a strap or lose a match to somebody that couldn't carry my jock on a normal basis. So that's how I kind of view a lot of that stuff right there. Tony, I'll say it this way: it is kind of sad. I've made more money in the world of professional wrestling, the world of fantasy, and to me, it's like going. Again, you can even inject things from behind the camera, because folks know that we've got both Brandon and Tony here, and do we know where this podcast is going to go? Hell no, we don't. We don't have that crystal ball. But I tell you what, I know that we're all in good company, because we all like to succeed. And rest assured, I don't like silvers or bronzes. I like gold, because it represents first place. Even when I shine, when I sign things, most of the time I've signed it in a gold marker, because of, once again, what does it represent? But also, all depends on what I'm signed there too. What's going to stand out a little bit more to it. But I went off a couple of alleyways there, just in digressing. But getting back to the actual fight aspect or professionals aspect, I only ever was it really that one seventh grade type of scuffle there, where again I piled up 7, 8 kids into an infirmary, and the principal hardly could keep a straight face, laughing at this chunky little flat top kid. That even one day I will pull out one of my pictures from that time here that shows me wearing
We'll have to find one.
Wearing a little bow tie, cheeky little flat top Dan Severn, and that was the youthful beast.
So did you actually strike him, or did you choke him out?
No, this is all just strikes.
Yeah.
But again, this is winter time. So when you say Christmas Story, exactly, it was all Christmas Story of big heavy coats and throwing people, launching people, and just
do a reenactment
literally
one day.
just grabbing them and throwing them this way, that way. But like I said, the principal had such a hard time just keeping a straight face, because the whole time as I'm telling my story, I'm like crying.
They
and
were
stuff
being
like that.
mean to me and my brother.
Picking up my brother, just trying to help my brother, protect my brother.
Yep.
So, but I can't relate to most of these guys. Like a Tank Abbott, talking about
bar fights and
going up in Huntington Beach and barroom brawl after barroom brawl. I mean, even at one point in time, he made the comment to Big John McCarthy. I think he said, well, actually, I don't think he made it, John. He just made it as a comment. He goes, you could take all the other MMA fighters or UFC fighters, and you can add up the rap sheet, and they won't add up to him. Well, and Big John was LAPD, so I knew John's background, and I go, hey John, I said, you got to take him. He makes his claim. I go, I said, are you able to access? Can you actually do a background check? And Big John did do a background check, and Tank does have a very extensive rap sheet for a lot of drunken, disorderly conduct, getting into
like
bar
that type of
fights,
person.
and he's banned at quite a few bars as well. So to me, we don't live in that era. There would have been a time, Tony, that had you and I been in a bar, had we had a disagreement, we would have stepped outside, thumped each other a couple times, come back in, have a beer, and we're good. We're good with each other.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
But that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
That era is gone.
No, it is.
You know,
it
now
is. You can't do that anymore.
How many people, first of all, are going to be out there with this?
Yeah, instead of helping out, or not even that, they're going to pull a gun out or a knife.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
it's kind of, if you get the better of me, it's kind of going.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
I got to go to the gun or the knife. Like
you can't embarrass me.
Yeah.
You know?
Or
like,
I got to
no,
get somebody bigger,
take
badder
it.
that will handle my business for me. Again, that's good. Talking about the title, toxic masculinity. There's. I mean, we're basically, it's a comical presentation, trying to use humor in a way to simply slap some people in the face.
That's
and
what
go,
they need.
Hey,
That's what America needs.
wake up.
Yep.
Wake up. I mean, I almost hate to say this, woke up, because, you got that term woke. I'm thinking, what the hell does woke even mean?
Yeah.
Is that the past tense of awaken? I woken? I mean, but, to me, it's like, if you want to bring some type of attention to a cause, do it in an educational way. Don't do it because you want to riot and loot and terrorize some poor store where got this mom and pop store that they got their life savings invested in this store, or the corporations. To me, it's like, if you go for a corporation, you go at it. But to a mom and pop type store that's right next door or something like that, no, because they've got so much of their heart and soul invested into that company.
Yeah, what's the point of a riot? They're mad about something that happened to their state or to whatever it may be, so they're going to go destroy their own town to make a point.
A lot of it is
they're
bringing attention because of the Floyd incident. You have an officer that he did wrong. Okay, the fact is, does that make every officer bad?
No. There's bad people in every type of people.
Every sector of industry.
Yep, doesn't matter.
There's good people
what
or bad people.
Who you are.
And that's what people have to be able to look at. No, this man did wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But because of all this bullshit now, how many people want to go into law enforcement now?
Yeah, people are scared.
People don't want to go into it, or people are looking at early retirement.